Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Andy Dalton, the Carolina Panthers. Get it going, locked in, fired up. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. A quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of the channel. Not only is it a great, inexpensive way to get even more Quarterback School content, but we really go into nuance and detail, really like no other spot on the internet, to be able to show you and showcase what it's like to be in an NFL quarterback room. All sorts of in-depth, detailed comments, not only about quarterback play, but high-level offense and defense. If you love the Quarterback School YouTube channel, you will love the Quarterback School Patreon community. Jump over there, join, become a member. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. Andy Dalton, the Panthers, going to Vegas, putting the smackdown right here, bottom of the screen. Johnson, a little deep out, a little play action, a little great anticipation. You know, in tribute to Bryce, a little jump throw-ish right out the gate. No doubt. Andy had a day, man. 3 touchdowns, 300 yards plus. Beautiful. Really nice job. Play action, a little chunk to get us going. So I'll pause this thing right at the top of the drop, right before he's about to throw this thing. You can see the anticipation to the bottom, middle field closed. Simple play action. And he goes to throw it right there. You can see the Johnson at the bottom of the screen on the bottom of the 40. Not out of the break yet. Anticipation, good arm strength, next job carving it back. That's an excellent chunk. Again, there's no doubt that many parts of the offense looked cleaner. Just the ball came out, it was decisive, drive it down the field, make the easy plays look easy. Next one here, this is a really nice kind of formation F. You get the wide 1-2 down here to the bottom. You go wing slot to 1x3 nub. We're going to hit 82 up the seam right down the middle of the field. The middle of the field is open. I'm not sure what they're doing with triggering the corner pressure, little corner cat, corner cobra, whatever you want to call it, but this is a beautiful job. Work in the middle of the field. Again, decisive. The ball is out. Good, clean read right over Lord helmet there. Beautiful job. Whoop. I mean, that's a beautiful throw, right? Again, he makes the decision to throw it right there. You can see 82 not looking yet. Buzz the tower. I would insert some Spaceballs line, but I don't know one. Regardless, very nice play. And again, I like the formation effing. So when I'm saying that, I'm saying how they get there with this wide 1-2 at the bottom of the screen. So we're in this kind of wide, right? Middle field open. That moves the safety way out here. The other safety up here. This to me looks like we get hit with this. You really only have 2 people back here. I don't know what they think they're going to do with this. You know, you're essentially going to have helmet run and turn and run with that vertical of number 3, and it's just too much. You get a little play action right at him, and they can't do anything. So just a really nice job here of formation effing them, and then buy them. Beautiful job, right? Woo. Quick flash fake, great base, decisive from Donald. Put that thing right there. I say Dalton. You know what I meant. Although Sam did have a good day too. Again, flash fake to the right, hit the seam with the tight end, open the middle of the field. The back does a really nice job picking up the pressure off the right edge. Boom. Excellent. First and goal. Next one here. This looks like what I'm used to calling a PRO. We got a fade down here at the bottom. It looks like a run. A lot of people classify this an RPO. I just call it a PRO because I think the pass comes before the run decision. So you like the one-on-one. Now, I always think of Aaron Rodgers as kind of the man, the best at this type of throw. Again, I don't think it's necessarily a bad throw. I'm just putting it out here because it could be another touchdown. So again, we like this one-on-one to the bottom. We like the matchup. Fade, not the highest percentage, but in this situation, I kind of like it because we're getting the run. They stack the box. We don't like the numbers, whatever it is, the matchup that we like on the perimeter. Give our guy a chance. Dalton's going to let it rip. Again, that, maybe a little bit outside Well, that's a ball we wouldn't be shocked if it was caught for a touchdown. So again, clean decision, decisive, aggressive, pushing the ball down the field. And we are really close to the first touchdown of the day, just off the fingertips. Next play here. Here is the first touchdown of the day. I'm going to call this a balloon. I don't know what exactly Carolina calls it. To me, it's a one-person kind of check down screen up top to the right. Now, no idea what they're asking Johnson to do down here at the bottom. We got a slant, I'm guessing. No idea what Thielen is doing up top. I will tell you that I love how quickly Dalton gets through the read here. So whatever this is, I'm guessing it's left to right. So left, right, check down. Now he essentially probably skips Thielen. That's an excellent block out there as well from 15. But this type of play you see everywhere across the league right now, right? You've got this kind of one-on-one down here to the bottom. Now I think most often it's run with like a snag 7 up top. I'll talk about kind of how it's most often run. Right here, slant, that's probably one. Whatever this is, and then we're going to come out here. Here's the lead blocker, and here's where the touchdown is. And this is what I'm calling balloon, this one-person screen. Now, they kind of hedge it here because I love it because they present essentially quads, 4 eligibles over here. So you can get the potential for 4 out, even though one tight end stays in for 6-person protection. So you would guess you would read this 1, 2, 3. And that's Dalton just kind of goes 1, 3 for an easy touchdown pass. Again, ball out of hand. You know, I know Carolina's doing a nice job protecting, but quick decisions like this also help. So no, all the way around. Boom. You can see he doesn't even get his feet set over there. No, doesn't have to get his feet set. Puts a strike of a throw right on him. Nice block. Fight for the end zone. Well done. Touchdown. So just a really decisive, clean quarterback play. No, 1, check down, make somebody miss, touchdown. Let's go. Next one here, I thought Dalton here was a little bit behind the receiver at the bottom. Call this like backside in-ish. And I mean, we're missing this thing, I would say, by yards. This is some version of smash up top, probably trying to get the ball to the tight end on this kind of like pseudo pop pass over. So pull the guard. No to the tight end. Yes to the end. And again, I mean, I don't think I'm exaggerating by saying, you know, yards behind us. We would want that ball on the hash, probably. And that ball is, you know, 4 or 5 yards to the left of the hash. So just not quite on, you know, the same page, putting it exactly where he wants. I like this version of this play. Some version of smash out here, something in the flat. Here's probably where I think the ball is designed to go. Again, we're pulling the guard, get this long trap action, trying to suck up these second level players. And then where the ball ends up going on this backside in, it's certainly there. The throw is just not good enough, right? It's just behind us. So again, you go out there, you have that good of a day statistically, right? 26 for 37, 319, 3 touchdowns. And we're leaving chunks out there. You know, that's a big boy chunk. I think the base looks pretty good from Dalton. You know, maybe just get your feet lined up to the target. And he kind of looks like he kind of goes and throws all at the same motion. So again, we're getting pulled here, but play action, pull the right guard. No to the tight end right there. No to the right. No to the tight end. Then he's kind of turning and throwing all in one motion. We just put that thing behind us. But again, you know, could this be intercepted? Hell yeah. You know, it almost like startles the defender. The dunk. Yikes. Next one here, 3rd and 2. Ball's near midfield. Again, we're going to throw a little slant. I guess you would call it a slant at the bottom of the screen. You know, I don't like the stem at all. It's too fast. It's a jab and go. I feel like that jab and go moves almost never work. I mean, I really don't quite understand it. I know it can feel like you want to go quick because it's 3rd and short, but you got to give them something vertically down the field. If you just, again, and this is not wide receiver school, although I do think so much of what these guys do on the perimeter affects the quarterback. This, I'm telling you, it's not a route. There is no route. Nobody wants this route run like this, as far as I'm considered in the league or any level of of good football. Hard steps, sell the vertical, come back underneath. You got to make this guy as uncomfortable as possible. A jab step and go is too easy for him to just get in your hip and make that thing a tough contested throw. So again, You be the judge down here on the quality of the route. You got no chance. So 3rd and 2, we're throwing it middle of the field. Not even taking into account what's up top. I'm not familiar with what that is. Who knows? 19 getting his lunch eaten. I guess the tight end is open. It's kind of like a double stick without the clear. Don't like it. Don't like the route. I'm fine with the decision from Dalton. You've got to win one-on-one if you're going to run slant and some version of double stick. I don't think the throw is bad. I just think it's better coverage because we didn't give him any move at the line of scrimmage. Next one here. This is a very impressive throw from Dalton for me. We're going to rip an in up top to the new number 1 right over the safety's head. So that safety's rotating down into that curl hook zone, and we're able to throw that thing right over the top of him. It's just perfect pro high-level quarterbacking. It might not be my favorite footwork at the very top of it as far as the drift and the moving, but it's a world-class throw. Little short motion up top. You could say some version of dagger. It's not necessarily identical to dagger, but this idea being that we're running through here, and then we're going to rip that in right behind it. And again, as this safety rotates down, and I wouldn't say that's a pitcher look to be able to throw this. So you've got to kind of buy enough time to throw this thing right over the top of him. So as long as you put it up on that receiver's face, you can usually get it up and over that second level player. So 1, 2, 3, hitch, drift. Again, right over that safety. Watch the safety up top. Rotate down. Thielen does his sweet arm over move. Cool. Right over his head. Excellent. Again, decisive. Just driving the ball down the field. I think that's one of those things where the pass protection, look at him pick up a stun. Holy moly, what an idea. Beautiful. All day to throw. Ripping that thing, 3rd and forever to get that conversion. That's just backbreaking. Next one here, 2nd and 11. We're going to try to get half back here. Bottom of the screen, 17, right over the ball. Condensed 3x1. Boop. Split the 2 inside defenders. Turns into a nice little chunk. So again, watch how quickly Dalton is able to get this ball out. Split the 2 linebackers as they drop out. That is not the biggest window in the world, right? Excellent job. Put it right on him. Again, decisive, not holding on to the ball. The ball's coming out. We know exactly where it should go. Now, again, I wouldn't classify this as my favorite scheme in the world. What I would say this is some iteration of glance, drift up top, and then down here, some version of like Hank. And again, it's one of those things where, it works right here, and I totally understand that it turns into a big chunk play. I think it's worth acknowledging the fact that, maybe get a little fortunate that these guys are standing at the line of scrimmage and they drop out disoriented and don't allow this thing to get covered up very well because there's nowhere else to go with the ball. So again, you like static routes. You'll eat this stuff up. Down here to the bottom. You guessed it. I'm not even going to mention the bottom route. Strapped. Regardless, big chunk. Again, I think that the reason why this is in here, besides for being a big play, is I just love how decisive Dalton is here. This is not necessarily open when he goes to throw it right there. He's separated right there. We're not even past him, right? Right in there, great feel, soft spot in the zone, and they were able to turn this into a little bit of a chunk. You can see, the perimeter have some potential playmakers there. Some speed, some burst that we just haven't seen with Bryce Young, man. And so he's distributing the ball. Again, I'm going to mention it just because it's so nice. Little stunt here, right? A little TE on both sides. Picked up beautifully. Well done. Punt return left. Let's go. Next one here, 3rd and 5, touchdown pass. We're going to hit Johnson. He's the number 3 up top, running all the way across the field, kind of like a back pylon crosser. It's a very nice throw from Andy Dalton. I think he's, living a little bit on the edge as far as what they're doing on the back end. But the beautiful throw, perfect throw, kind of makes up for any sort of potential issues down the field there on who's covering the back. Now, I think you probably also have to acknowledge, I mean, look at this throw. Holy moly. You know, does he see 7 back there? We'll say yes. I'm not convinced. It's a perfect throw. It's a big time throw. He made a few big time throws, and that certainly popped off the film as well. What also popped off the film here is I'm going to say that this probably, and this is going to hurt your feelings, probably a hold at left tackle. I mean, right? Like that definitely impacts the play. Doesn't take anything away from Andy Dalton here, drifting to the right, throwing a perfect throw. But again, you know, would you expect 7 to come up and cover the running back here? I'm not sure he sees him at all, is what I'm saying. So it's a perfect throw. Perfect throw. Little fortunate, no holding call. Little fortunate that the trajectory of that ball is perfect. Doesn't take anything away from the quality of that pass, though. That's outstanding. Next one here, 3rd and 11, another 3rd and forever. This one probably should be complete. Thielen over the ball, right on the logo. I mean, it's kind of there. The ball's a bit of a sinker. You know, could we catch it? Maybe, but a better throw makes this a lot easier. Chipping on the edges. Great pass protection again. I mean, could he catch this? Yeah, he for sure could catch it. Okay, and a little temper tantrum right here. Hate to see it. But jokes aside, better ball here. You know, there's a lot of space, right? Like, I love the fact that teams are trying to like disguise stuff like this now. You know, this is trying to present like open, and then we're getting to closed. Okay, great. But what that does is it creates a huge void right here that really, you know, not the fastest guy in the world runs into, turns around, and it's there for a first down on 3rd and 11. We should convert this. So again, we can acknowledge the fact that it was a very nice day for Dalton, passing the ball, 3 touchdowns. There was more on the bone on a few of these. It's just that like deep ocean play where you read that thing inside out. It's just deep Hank, hook over the ball, wide hooks. But again, this is one of those throws I feel like, you know, consistently he would be able to make this thing. And again, I think he feels like he's got a little bit of wasted movement at the back of this drop right here where it's kind of like choppy, as opposed to 5, hitch, and go. And again, you could probably say, hey, if he ran it faster, it would time out better. I would agree with that as well. We can give him a better ball, though. Next one here, 2nd and 11 from the 4. You're going to see Dalton here. Looks like he gives a signal to the left. Quick little perimeter screen. Watch 82, the number 1 up top block. Boom! Get off me. So beautiful job by Dalton here getting into the correct call, getting to the call that they want to get in. Again, you can see him signal right here, right? Whatever the hell that is. Catch, throw. Again, you got to have a plan versus pressure. Get it out, and then it helps when you get great blocking on the perimeter. Just turns into a really nice, clean, simple. To me, this is like bet savvy stuff. It's empty. We think they're in 0. Let's have a plan. Get the ball out of your hand. Catch, throw, perimeter screen. You get a block like that. Just look at the thunder. I think it's 82 up top. Bam! I love it. Violence on the boundary turns into a little chunk. Outstanding job. Again, starts with the quarterbacking, communicate, get it out, see it, execute it, and then get out there and be violent on the boundary. Well done. Some nice offense. Next one here, little naked keeper. Finish out the 2nd quarter. We are going to throw the over, going backwards here. And the corner, who's covering the corner, really should pick this off. So again, turnover worthy, living on the edge. Again, you got to acknowledge the fact it's a very nice day. I do. But plays like this could easily be intercepted. And I'm not saying it doesn't go through the guy's hands. It's right there. But it's right through the defender's hands too. And again, I'm saying he threw it again without necessarily seeing everyone on the field. So condensed formation like this, and you're running a naked or a keeper, it's almost always corner over. And right here, after he makes the fake, so we're faking, we're coming out of this thing. I think he's got Max Crosby right in his face, bearing down. I get it, not ideal. He puts his foot in the ground and throws like a hand grenade out to this. And the guy who's defending, I think it's the corner right here, defending the corner, he just goes, thank you, and got a chance to make a play on it. So again, just, finding the harmony between gunslinger, veteran, savvy, I don't give an F, to, hey, let's protect the ball. And again, when they're not turnovers, they're no big deals. But eventually, they're not all going to go your way. And so, yeah, absolutely. Great day. Nice job avoiding interceptions, turnovers, living on the edge. Another super veteran savvy thing I thought Andy Dalton did in this game was on 3rd and long sometimes, or 3rd downs, he just threw underneath the sticks. Hey, a completion is okay. Catch it, punt it, live to fight it another day. I think that's really hard for some young guys to learn. There are a handful of things that I think you can learn from Andy Dalton's performance if you're sitting there watching him. This is one of them. Even though I would say normally versus this look, I would be thinking outside slant on double slants, and maybe if you throw the outside slant to either side, it's a first down. Maybe 82 is his best friend. I don't know. But to me, throwing underneath the sticks, especially on slants, not the end of the world on 3rd down. Smart, decisive. Hey, they called it. You throw it. We punt it. It's not the end of the world. Next one here, 3rd and 8. We're going to work Johnson in the slot up top, the number 2. It looks like this is an option route. He just wins and takes it to the slant. No idea what they're doing coverage-wise in the slot. That sure looks like it's supposed to be 2-man. 2-man historically is almost always inside leverage. So to get an in-breaker like this is just too easy. And again, he makes a nice move, make people miss, get out of bounds. There's a lot good going on here. This is also, we got to be fair here, some poor defense. So 2-man coverage-wise, almost universally is going to be inside leverage. So they want you to run out-breaking routes. There's no way that you should be able to come up inside and work to all this space. There's nobody in the middle of the field, right? We're matched up everywhere. Matched up, matched up, matched up. And we got all this space in the middle of the field, and that star or nickel or whoever the hell that is just makes life way too easy. Whoop. Damn. Gapped them. And we have some missed tackles on the back end, got guys falling all over the place. But Dalton, a great job. Not going to apologize for them not being able to hold their correct leverage to the coverage. Decisive, ball out. Again, just look at the pass pro. I mean, it's beautiful. Excellent pass protection. Put it right on him. Decisive. Get the ball out of your hands. Good things happen. Again, throwing underneath the sticks on 3rd and 8. Well done. Next one here, big touchdown pass to your boy, 19. He's the number 2 down here, point on the bunch. I'm going to call this little corner up, 7 up. This is a beautiful throw. I got to be honest and say that this is some poor safety play. I would also say that this has some like buddy ball vibes. I mean, it's a beautiful throw. It is. I don't think you should be able to get this throw with this safety back here. At least that's just my opinion. Okay, now this, what I'm going to say this route is up, lean on into the corner, and up. I think Mingo right here is running to the middle of the field. Okay, this safety, I think, up top is occupied with something running at him, probably a corner. So you've got middle of the field open right here, right? To me here, with the middle of the field open, I'm probably thinking this. This feels like a much more difficult throw for me. So again, I'm going to say that there are some part luck here. Again, when this ball is thrown, I mean, you be the judge. I'll pause it. But it sure looks like that's the better throw than this. Now, maybe they had set it up. Maybe they had scouted. Maybe they knew way more than I know from just watching the first part of this game. Yeah, I'm very fair to acknowledge that. It's a hell of a job executing it. I just don't know how replicable something like this is. Again, the throw to me historically is to the middle of the field. There's no way that you should get this little 7-up ball with where the safety is. It's wild. I mean, it's very poor safety play, no doubt about it. And it's a beautiful throw. And it's a very nice catch from 19. There's lots of good parts of it, but not for long, safety-wise there. Holy moly. And again, I still think you could throw it. Most people would think 15 in the middle of the field right there is a much easier throw than that throw. And that throw is a dot. Okay? There's no doubt about it. That's a beautiful throw and a very nice catch as well. But I mean, let's be fair here. The ball probably should go to Mingo. Regardless, beautiful touchdown, big play. Next one, very nice kind of second window, whether this is a drift or a wrap down here to the bottom. It's well done. It's even more impressive when you notice that Dalton kind of fumbles the snap here, and still able to put his foot in the ground and make this throw. Again, beautiful job there. Really should be a bigger play. It's kind of a nice tackle from 18 to get him down right there. But I think this is a pretty damn impressive play from Dalton to be able to kind of catch this snap 3 times, like fake, foot in the ground, rip, second window. Again, Lord Helmet out there getting spun around. Beautiful job. So again, what I'm calling this little drift, wrap 8, doesn't really matter what you call it. Up, out of the break, no. Second window, yes. So right here, and again, fumble this thing, foot in the ground, rip, strike. Again, the decisiveness, the accuracy, the things that we just haven't seen with this offense up until this point this year. Boom. That's beautiful. The ball comes out quickly. You see some space down the field. There are guys winning. It's just refreshing. I mean, that really could have been a much bigger play there. Kind of a shoestring tackle there to keep that from being a huge punt return right down the field. Again, love the play action. Look at the pass pro. We're getting pushed back a little bit, but we're still not getting hit. First read is there, decisive, put it on him. Let's roll. Next one here, another one I would classify as a little lucky. Okay, this to me is an RPO. We're going to throw the stick to the number 3 up top and the nickel or the star. You probably should pick this off. Again, I don't think there's anything wrong with acknowledging the fact that I know I keep repeating myself here, but I want to be explicit. It was an excellent day. The unit looked so much better. And we could have had a number of interceptions. I'm not saying it would have mattered in the game, but this is one of those ones where I'll call this stick. Now, I don't know if this is double stick or true flat out here. It doesn't really matter. But I would bet a lot of money that we are reading your boy Lord Helmet right here because we're base blocking on the backside. So we're here and we're here. So if he doesn't move, we got nobody to block him in the run game, right? We're going downhill right here, running zone over here. We've got these 3 for these 3. Nobody right there. So this is a beautiful little replacement idea. But this star or nickel right here, if he drifts into this, then we got to throw it to the number 2. If they roll up the corner, well, then they got us. And so it's one of those things where they've got answers too. And right here, again, this looks like it could be intercepted. At the end of the day, it's just an incompletion. But that's why you watch the all-22. If we're reading 41, right, he stands right there. He doesn't move. Again, nobody can block him. We don't have enough people to block him. Throw it. I mean, that's through his hands, right? You want me to say it? I'll say it. If he could catch, he'd be playing offense. But some of those guys over there can catch. Next one here, 3rd and 8. Again, 3rd down. We're going to throw double stick up top, cover 0. Throw it to the number 2. Catch. We don't get the first. Not the end of the world. Kick field goal. Or go for it. I don't care. But not forcing it beyond the sticks. Not holding on to the ball. We've got free runners. Have answers for 0. Dalton did all day. Now, what we're doing down here at the bottom, I can't tell you. This is not my favorite route in the world, whatever that is. But I can tell you that I absolutely love Dalton's decisiveness. 0, right? There's no safety back there. They're bringing more than we have to block, theoretically. Foot ground, ball out. It's just, it's clean, it's simple, it's polished, professional quarterback play. It's refreshing. And again, I do think this is the type of stuff that Bryce needs to be able to take and say, okay, just get the ball out of my hand. They called it. It's 3rd and 8. They called 6-yard routes. Throw it, kick it. I don't care. Kick it. Next one here, nice little slant down here to the bottom. Again, quick little flash fake. We're going to hit the slant. Middle field closed, man. Again, maybe not my favorite stem, but I just love how decisive Dalton is. He gets the ball out. Now, I can't tell you that I think that this is my favorite way to pass protect, because I absolutely do not think it is. I do not like popping the center, especially popping the center against that edge. The guy is a game wrecker. Now, maybe if you just want to give him like weirdo looks, have the tight end chip and the center pop. Again, the other thing to just keep paying attention to, I know Johnson has got some wiggle to him, okay? This is just not my favorite route. I know it wins right here, but this jab slant, it's tough. It's tough. And again, I think it does showcase his change of direction. He's absolutely got some electric side burst, but man, I think it'd make life really easy on most corners out there. Next one here. I put this one on here not because it's that impressive of a throw. In fact, I think it's probably a misread. We're going to run stick down here to the bottom, little version of spacing up top, but he's going to throw the check wide to the back. And I just love how fast he gets through these reads. I know it turns into like a mini chunk, but again, I think that there is something to learn for our young quarterbacks just to see someone play things fast. Like this is playing, getting through a read quickly. Left, right, and you could maybe say that he's skipping through people, similar to what we saw in that early touchdown on the one-person balloon screen. Does Johnson down here, the number one, could he possibly get the ball here on the stick? Probably, especially if they're going to banjo it. I would feel like that probably deserves to get the ball. So here's the flat. Here's what I'm calling this little stick. You can see these guys communicating. That's what the shift and the motion does. So he's going to take the inside guy. So to me here, this is where the ball should go. But the reason it's on here is because he essentially says no, and I think he probably skips this right here and just goes right to the check down. So he really goes about as fast as you can go all the way across the field, left to right. And again, I just feel like sometimes being decisive, getting the ball out of your hands, good things happen. And it happened a number of times in this game. Where, no, he doesn't like it. No, not going to hold on to it. Get it out. And again, make one person miss, and now it's a big chunk down the sideline. So just good things happen when you get the ball out of your hand, when you're accurate, when you're decisive, when you understand the intent of this thing, even though, hey, maybe you're skipping reads. Maybe you're skipping through people. You don't like it. The tight end's not going to be there. I mean, look how fast he plays this thing. No, yes. That is on warp speed, and good things happen. Next one here, another PRO, kind of touchdown opportunity up top. Could we get the fade touchdown? I probably think so. Probably not the best throw in the world. Get this thing going down the line again. If you like the matchup and they give it to you in the RPO world or the PRO world as a quarterback, hell yeah, I'm going to throw it. I want the touchdown pass. Be nice if Johnson could get his mouthpiece in. We wouldn't have to worry about that. And then win. And again, that's a win. We got to put it down his line. We throw that thing way too fadey, and he doesn't give a chance. So if you're going to throw it, my thing would be, hey, let's give us a chance, whether it's back shoulder, whether it's underthrown. We don't want to throw foul balls on run plays. Interesting two-pointer attempt here. Leggett, the bottom of the screen, 17. He's going to motion across. He's going to be running essentially the back line. Andy Dalton's going to start at the bottom right, stick, crosser, back line. And Andy Dalton does everything you can possibly do. For some reason, Leggett decides he's going to jump and catch this in his throat and jump out of bounds. It just is a bizarro lack of awareness on the back line. I thought it showed a lot of good things from Dalton here. He plays this thing very quickly. Again, this is a red zone type of play you see quite a bit of nowadays, where it might not be my favorite version of it, but you've got this kind of like race crosser on the back line. So first, this little stick right here with this. Now, my favorite version of this is flat, and then it's more of like a little, I classify it more like an arrow, where you come in, you kind of sell the slant, and then come out of this. It just gives it a little bit more opportunity for separation versus true stick. But then on the backside, here's that crosser, and then here's the back line where it ends up going. So I bet a significant amount of money. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Andy plays it all the way across, throws a perfect strike. Again, reads it very quickly, processes it very quickly, throws a very good ball. And for some reason, I mean, he jumps from the middle of the end zone, catches it in his throat, 1 foot in, other foot out. I mean, it's like he didn't know where the hell he was. Just a bizarro rep from 17, and really should and could have been more. Last one here, another example of just Dalton having a plan. Okay, it's 0. They're going to punt block you here. What are you going to do? He again has a signal out to the 3 wide receivers. Now this time, 2 of the 3 look like they get the signal. Your poor guy Mingo gets blasted. Now again, we'll talk a little bit about Johnson here not being able to necessarily pick up the signal, but I love this play from Dalton. It's just decisive. It's clean. You can tell he knows exactly what he wants to do. He's getting into his toolbox at the line of scrimmage. See him signal in there. It's 0. Right? I mean, it is easy to see. Punt block. Who the hell knows who's blitzing or not? We've already thrown 1 perimeter screen. Remember when we were backed up with the good block from 82? This time it's a different unit out here. Hey, I got no problem. Bubble's not maybe my favorite thing to do, but what you can't do is bubble 1 guy block, 1 guy run a route. Now, again, I'm not going to throw this guy under the bus because I don't know for sure, but I bet a hell of a lot of money that that's not what he's supposed to be doing. I would bet he's supposed to be blocking MDM. And we'll take our chances with the inside guy being unblocked. So, is Bubble my favorite 0 answer? No. But I like the fact that he's decisive. But I mean, we sure as hell can't run Bubble like that. Get somebody murdered. But I don't necessarily think that's on Dalton. I think that's on the perimeter if we're probably not getting the signal. But again, look at him signal. Decisive. In command. Line of scrimmage. In his toolkit. Ball out quickly. Not taking hits. All right, so that is a wrap. Andy Dalton, the Panthers, nice win on the road. Really impressive to be able to come in, probably not getting a lot of reps up until this week, come in and have that kind of day. Production, you look at the stat line, very impressive. I think when you look at the film, you have to acknowledge the fact that there were a number of reps that probably got a little bit fortunate as far as some turnover opportunities. But what I loved from Dalton was he was in total command. Okay? He was in command at the line of scrimmage. He got into the quarterback's toolkit, had answers versus pressure, had answers versus 0. For the most part, the communication looked really good. And then the actual quarterback play, for the most part, very accurate, super decisive. The ball was coming out on time. The pass protection was outstanding. There were some nice wrinkles in there as far as play design as well. Overall, just looked like a total refresh. Looked outstanding compared to what we'd seen up until this point. We'll see what it looks like going forward. I'm, fascinated as anybody just to see how this thing plays out. But I think you have to at least acknowledge the fact that it looked significantly better. Now, we'll see if it potentially regresses a little bit if some of those balls maybe go into the hands of the defense. But regardless, I don't think you can argue the fact that Andy Dalton out there spinning it, being aggressive, decisive, all good things for that offense. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.